Hey, sixth grade. This is your language lesson for Monday, April the 13th. Lesson 1 from your book 610 is due today, Monday, April the 13th. And I do want to grade some, and I would like you to keep track of this grade. This is the grade. This is the amount wrong that I want to see on your quiz that you hand in this week then. So if you are not yet finished with this lesson, please do not watch this video until you are finished with the work on this lesson, because we will grade some. So please honor that request. The first part that we're grading, number 1, on page 1, circle the predicate adjectives, underline the other adjectives, put parentheses around the adjective phrases, and then at the end of this, it says go back and put a check mark on top of the participles. Adjective phrases are prepositional phrases that modify nouns or pronouns. Participles are adjectives in a verb form. The running horse. Okay? Running can be a verb, but in this case it's an adjective. So number 1 should look like this. Peter used the, should be underlined. He used the, underlined, coin. From the fish's mouth should be in parentheses. That's an adjective phrase modifying coin. And in that phrase, you should have underlined the fishes. So from the fish's mouth in parentheses, the fishes underlined. And his taxes, underline his. Those pronouns, those possessive pronouns, if they come right before something, his taxes, then it's an adjective. So there are 2 thes that need to be underlined. Fishes underlined, his underlined, and from the fish's mouth in parentheses. Number 3, the should be underlined. Windows had oiled paper. Oiled should be underlined. And what else should it have? Oiled is a participle. An adjective that is a verb form. So there should be a check mark on top of oiled. And then expensive. Glass was expensive. Expensive should be circled. Okay? So please go back and look at this again. If you did anything differently, it's wrong. If you did anything to extra words, wrong. If you did the wrong thing to the word that you were supposed to, circled, or didn't put a check mark or something like that, then it's all wrong. So check that out. Go back again if you have questions and listen to the instructions, and I think you can figure it out. All right, let's look at the diagram on page 7. Did I give you this diagram? I think I gave you this diagram. This is what this diagram should look like. The main line. Subject is Jonathan, verb is stacked, logs is direct object. Under logs is the adjective more. Under stacked, be careful with these prepositional phrases. This is saying where they stacked it. Okay? This is not saying which logs or whatever. This is saying where they stacked. So prepositional phrase needs to go under stacked, onto pile, the, and then growing is a participle. Goes around the corner on that, looks like a prepositional phrase line. All right? Jonathan stacked logs. Prepositional phrase, onto, pile, the, growing, and more under logs. Number 11. You're supposed to rewrite the sentence correcting the misplaced adjective and adjective phrase. The mountains, majestic and snow-capped, rose above the foothills, or you could have majestic and snow-capped, the mountains rose above the foothills. Something like that, be good there. And then let's do the spelling. Number 26, awkward, is clumsy and gawky. 27, license, is permit or authorize. 28, bruise, black and blue mark. 29, wrath, rage and fury. 30, some words will be used more than once. There you go. 30 is also awkward, ill at ease, uncomfortable. 31, Arctic, it's frigid. 32, vacuum, the void and emptiness, kind of like this room. Without you all. 33, succeed, is to flourish and thrive. 34, similar, nearly alike, comparable. 35, embarrass, fluster, shame. 36, antique, old, ancient. 37, bruise, hurt, injure. 38, Arctic, North Pole region. 39, interrupt, barge in, on, stop. 40, carriage is a horse-drawn coach. 41, occasion, event or happening. 42, succeed, come after or follow. So this event succeeds the other one. 43, antique, a relic or heirloom. 44, occasion, opportunity, chance. 45, argument, quarrel or a tiff. 46, committee is a group or a board. 47, Britain, a part of the United Kingdom. 48, spaghetti, food made from water and flour and long thin strings. 49, misspell, right? The letters of a word out of order. So yeah, whatever you do, don't misspell, right? 50 is neither, and 51 is grammar. All right, so somewhere record that number wrong. If you want to, you can put the number wrong on quiz number 1 a while if you want to do that right away. That is up to you. But I will remind you that you need the number wrong from this lesson then when we grade it. Adverbs. Lesson 2, adverbs. We looked at adjectives. Adjectives modify nouns and pronouns. Adverbs are describing words that modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. They answer the questions how, when, where, to what extent. Adverbs that modify verbs can come anywhere in the sentence. Okay, before the verb, after the verb, doesn't have to be right next to the verb. So find a verb and then ask how, when, or where. Cautiously, the hunter opened the cabin door. The verb is opened. How did he open it? Cautiously. Rachel pulled a chair away from the table and sat down. Pulled. Where did she pull it? Away. Where did she sit? Down. Those words that are sometimes prepositions, down at the barn, then down would be a preposition. But if down is just used without a phrase, it is an adverb usually. Down, up, over, he went over and picked strawberries or something like that. I see we're picking strawberries here. Mother said we will be picking strawberries tomorrow. When are we picking? Tomorrow. So adverbs that modify verbs. Adverbs that modify adjectives come directly before the adjectives they modify. Okay, that's the hint of these. And the same thing is true with adverbs that modify other adverbs. They come right before the word they modify. Mr. Johnson noticed Fred's neatly combed hair. Combed is an adjective. What kind of hair did he have? It was combed. How was it combed? Neatly. Okay? Comes right before the word that it modifies. Scott very hurriedly straightened. How did he straighten? Hurriedly. So hurriedly is an adverb. Very, hurriedly. Very is modifying hurriedly, not straighten. If you're checking that out, you think it's an adverb, and you diagram it under straightened, does that make sense? Very straightened. Okay? He hurriedly straightened. He very hurriedly. So diagram it with the words that it modifies. The words to, T-O-O, so, very, never, not, and the contraction and apostrophe T are always adverbs. Okay? So check those out. And remember that with the verb. The verb, like Bobby, father said, I can't let you go. You are too young. The N apostrophe T, or the not is an adverb. So you would say, I can let would be the verb, And not would be an adverb in that sense. Make sure you don't diagram not with the verbs. All right, let's just look at this sentence. I have a sentence on the board. You pick out the adverbs. And let's talk about the words that they modify a little bit. Let's see if we can find the adverbs in here. I just kind of wrote a sentence. The amazingly beautiful sunset glowed brightly over the slowly darkening valley as the sun slipped quietly into the horizon. All right, where are adverbs? ly is a hint. It is not always, but a lot of ly words are adverbs. Amazingly. Amazingly beautiful. What is beautiful? Beautiful is an adjective saying what kind of sunset, right? Is it an amazingly sunset or is it amazingly beautiful? So amazingly is an adverb modifying the adjective beautiful. Comes right before it. The amazingly beautiful sunset glowed brightly over the slowly darkening valley. What else do we have? Here's a verb. Let's underline the verbs twice. Is there any word that says how, when, or where that it glowed? How did it glow? Brightly. Adverb. How it glowed. All right? It glowed brightly over the slowly darkening valley. What do we have here? Slowly is an adverb. Slowly what? Slowly valley or slowly darkening? What is darkening? Darkening kind of looks like a verb. The night is darkening. That's an adjective. Could also be called a participle, right? And slowly would be modifying the adjective darkening. All right? The slowly darkening valley. As the sun slipped, verb. How did it slip? Quietly. Adverb modifying the verb. I was going to have some. You could have put very quietly, then you would have an adverb modifying an adverb. I was going to put something like that in there, I forgot. Into the horizon. We're not talking about adverb phrases yet, but into the horizon would be an adverb phrase saying where it slipped, right? Adverb phrase. All right, follow your directions on lesson 2. Please have lesson 2 finished for Tuesday, April the 14th. Thank you very much.